It was the summer of the year 1943, and the United States of America was engaged in World War II when the Philadelphia experiment, or Project Rainbow, took place. This purported military naval project occurred at the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard in the state of Pennsylvania, USA. Around October 28, 1943, it was claimed that the escort destroyer USS Eldridge became invisible to onlookers for a brief period, teleported, and traveled through time. The story began in the late 1955 when a former U.S. merchant sailor named Carl Allen, who claimed to have witnessed the event, initiated the narrative. He sent a book with notes detailing the experiment to a U.S. Navy research organization and subsequently penned a series of letters containing additional claims to a UFO book author. The experiment was purportedly conducted by a researcher named Franklin Reno as a military application of a unified field theory, a term coined by Albert Einstein for a type of theory that would be capable of describing the interaction between the forces comprising electromagnetic radiation and gravity. While the physicist did indeed work for the Navy, to this day, no theory with a viable mathematical expression has emerged. According to the reports, unspecified researchers believe that it would be possible to use some version of this theory to bend light around an object, essentially rendering it invisible. This would have required specialized equipment and sufficient energy. The Navy supposedly considered this valuable for wartime use and sponsored the experiment. So, the USS Eldridge would have been equipped with the required equipment at the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard. Tests allegedly began in the summer of 1943, proving successful to a limited extent. A test on July 22 reportedly resulted in the Eldridge becoming nearly completely invisible, with some witnesses describing a greenish fog in its place. However, crew members were said to have complained of nausea afterward. At this point, the experiment would have been altered at the Navy's request, with the new goal being exclusively invisibility to radar. The equipment would not have been properly recalibrated for this purpose, yet the experiment was purportedly conducted again on October 28. This time, the Eldridge not only allegedly became nearly completely invisible to the naked eye but actually disappeared from its location in a flash of green light. According to some notes, the naval base in Norfolk, Virginia, just over 400 miles away, reportedly sighted the Eldridge at sea about 15 minutes before its supposed departure. Subsequently, the Eldridge would have vanished from sight in a flash of blue light and reappeared in Philadelphia at the original location it had occupied, an apparent case of accidental teleportation. The physiological effects of the experiment on the crew were said to be profound. Almost the entire crew reportedly fell violently ill. Some allegedly developed mental illnesses as a result of their experience, with behavior consistent with schizophrenia described in other accounts. Others, like Jacob Murray, were said to have physically disappeared inexplicably, and 5 crew members were reported to have fused with the metal of the bulkhead or the ship's deck, while others simply vanished. Horrified by these outcomes, Navy officials had to immediately cancel the experiment. All surviving crew members involved supposedly underwent brainwashing attempts in an effort to make them forget the details of the experiment. Another version suggests that the ship was actually transported to the year 1983, 4 decades later. Additionally, 2 crew members supposedly remained in this alternate time because they did not return with the ship. The USS Eldridge was decommissioned in 1946. On January 15, 1951, it was transferred to Greece and renamed HS Leon. Leon was dismantled in 1992, and in 1999, it was sold as scrap to the company V&J Scrap Metal Trading Ltd. The movie The Philadelphia Experiment, released in 1984 and starring Michael Pear, is based on the experiment. In the film's plot, the idea of time travel and supernatural events associated with the naval experiment are explored. The movie is a work of fiction and takes dramatic liberties regarding the real or alleged events of the Philadelphia experiment. According to a final witness, Alfred Bielek, the supposed head of the electronics section of the USS Eldridge, the experiment would have occurred on August 12, not in October. It was much more than teleportation. According to him, it involved time travel, which was the reason for the ship's invisibility to outside observers. In the end, did the United States Navy achieve, in a delirious scientific combo, invisibility, teleportation, and time travel, but decide not to proceed because of the associated risks, lost lives, and individuals lost during time travel? Furthermore, Bielek reports that the temporal rift created by the magnetic field attracted UFOs to Earth, and one of them had been captured and taken to Area 51. What about you? Do you believe it was real or just a theory concocted during World War II? These and other cases are showcased here on the Mystery Machine channel. If you enjoy this type of content, please subscribe.